I'm Julie Beckham, the Financial Education Officer at Rockland Trust, and this is the No Shame in This Money Game's Mini Money Minutes. Why Mini Money Minutes? First of all, you're busy and you want your info fast. Secondly, who doesn't love mini things? In fact, human beings love mini things so much that our brains actually release dopamine when we see cute little things. For real, we derive satisfaction from mini things because we see them as less threatening. So, if we're less threatened by mini things, and mini things can actually make us happy, what if we learn about money through Mini Money Minutes? Let's go. Today's bite-sized Mini Money Minute, pre-approvals. Have you ever looked at your dream house and thought, I wonder if I can afford that? You can't. Just kidding. Just wanted to see if you were paying attention. No, the truth is that you don't know until you know. So to quote some wise words I heard from the Diamond Dogs on Ted Lasso the other night, you should find out before you flip out. And you can do that by seeking a pre-approval. What is a pre-approval? Technically, it's the process when a lender determines how much money it is willing to potentially lend you. The pre-approval is not a guarantee, but it's a good starting point to help you understand the maximum amount you could afford when looking at houses. I've talked to one real estate agent who says a pre-approval is like a ticket to the dance. You can't get into the dance without a ticket, so if you're serious about looking for a house, you should get a pre-approval before you start looking. So how do you get one? You'll need a few things. First, proof of income for the last 2 years. Just like some employers need you to have experience before working for them, banks and mortgage companies need to know you have steady income before giving you this hefty loan called a mortgage. They also need pay stubs from the last 30 days, again, to make sure you've been employed and you're still employed. If you're self-employed, there are some extra documents required, which, if you are self-employed and you do your taxes, you're probably used to. Next, lenders need proof of any assets or liabilities. Listen to the original Mini Money Minute episode 1 to review what exactly those are. And of course, they need identification, so they know you are who you say you are. This seems like a simple list, but it can actually take some time and effort to gather this information, so be patient with yourself and your partner if you're working on this together, and set aside some time so that you don't end up in a panic or in a fight if something takes longer to obtain than you imagined. Also, try not to take it personally if things get, personal. If there's anything else in your life that affects your finances, like, for example, you pay or receive child support, or you just inherited money from a long-lost uncle, they might ask you about that too. And they're not just being nosy. They're trying to get all the information they need to get you that pre-approval you're looking for. So what does the lender actually do with all of this information? Well, they check with your employer that you are in fact employed, they verify what your income is and what your assets are, they calculate your debt-to-income ratio, and check your credit score. Hopefully, the last step is that you get that pre-approval letter, which can take anywhere from a few hours to a few days to receive. If you don't get approved or get approved for less than you had thought, you can talk to your lender about ways you can lower your debt-to-income ratio and improve your credit score, both important factors in getting that pre-approval and both defined in more detail in Mini Money Minutes episodes 12 and 5, respectively. There are so many unknowns when buying a house, but knowing what you can afford is one controllable factor, and it's what a pre-approval is all about. The pre-approval lasts for 90 days, and if you're still house hunting when that 90 days expires, don't worry. Like everything, the second time of doing anything is easier than the first, and yes, you can get pre-approved again. Getting your pre-approval is one of the first steps of achieving homeownership. If you want to see the big picture of what the whole process will look like, I'll leave a link to our first-time homeowners playbook in the show notes. Most life stages are filled with ups and downs we can't anticipate, and homeownership is no different. When I got overwhelmed with big tasks ahead of me, my grandmother used to say, "Wee steps and slow, Julie." Maybe that's why I'm a believer of learning in bits. Maybe these Mini Money Minutes will ease the anxiety of pursuing the lofty goal of homeownership. After all, everything is easier one step at a time. The No Shame in This Money Games podcast will return with some more bite-sized Mini Money Minutes. Until then, keep listening and keep learning with Rockland Trust, member FDIC, the bank where each relationship matters because we want you to have a healthy relationship with money at any age.